What you're seeing here is, first of all, a disclaimer, is our demo site. These are not real participants. This is not a real partner. This is just for us to show you. So just as a quick disclaimer. This is what a participant sees, a mentor specifically, when they log into their Mentor Collective homepage. So first off, we've got all the mentees that they're supporting here lined up right in a row. So you can click into each individual profile, log conversations, see the history, all of that good stuff. And a flag, I first want to just back up and say a flag is a challenge or an issue that a mentee in your program is currently experiencing. For the most part, mentors are responsible for submitting flag notices to you in the partner dashboard. Whenever a mentor and mentee connect with each other, we ask that they log that touch point. And so a flag is embedded in that workflow of how they go ahead and log that conversation or touch point or connection point. So I want to highlight that because the way that they can go about doing that, if you're looking at Eddie, this mentee here in my program, to log a flag, I'm first going to click that log conversation button. And this is the workflow for either a conversation or a conversation and a flag. So we first select how we connected. We had a Zoom call earlier today. Here are the topics that we talked about. Eddie let me know that she's concerned she's not going to pass a required course that for her major. So we do have a concern about this. So this question here, did your mentee express concerns about any of the following? This section is what triggers the flag workflow and how you then receive a flag in your partner dashboard. So since we're talking about an academic concern in this example, I'm going to select academic struggles, and you may see this if you have already seen flags in your dashboard, that mentors can select multiple topics. So Eddie she's needing some additional academic support. And depending on how this course goes, maybe she is considering switching majors. So I share those two examples so we can make sure that she gets the full support that she needs. When this section is filled out, it opens up an open text box. So the mentor is then required to share some additional context around what that flag concern is. So mentee is concerned she may not pass a required course. And then that information will appear in the flag report that you then receive. You may also be familiar with the different priority statuses that show up in the dashboard. We train our mentors in their mentor training on how to identify what requires immediate priority support or what's more of an FYI or something that I want you to know about but doesn't necessarily require immediate follow-up. So a case like this where it is timely, we need additional follow-up right now. I would argue that this is an immediate support example. Another example that might not require immediate support is if my mentee is perhaps experiencing a roommate conflict, but they've already connected with their RA and have a mediation plan in place. That doesn't necessarily require immediate support, but it's still something that I want you as the administrator of the program to know about, in which case I would toggle this button here. So all that to say, regardless of which priority support you select, the partner is notified both via email and in the partner dashboard. And I'll show you that view in just a second. But I just want to highlight that this is a category or a label for the flag, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you won't be immediately notified either way. So these are the last couple of touch points that a mentor or mentee would fill out in a log. They can go ahead and submit. So before I show you your side, I'll just show you one more view that a mentor has in their dashboard. So similar to the partner dashboard, mentors also have, sorry, didn't mean to click that. Mentors also have a flag section. And this is where they can see the history of all the flags that they've submitted for each of their mentees. These statuses are noted by the partner in the partner dashboard. Again, I'll show in a second, but you can't see any additional details. The mentor can't see any internal notes that you might submit. They can't see where that flag has necessarily been routed. They can just see that the flag has been received and what status you've noted for that flag. If a mentor wants to see more detail or refresh their own memory about what they submitted, they can click into the mentee profile, go to the communications tab, and then all the flags that they've submitted for this current mentee will show up. They can click the caret and see again what the flag and the comment is that they submitted. So that's all that the mentor can see on their end once it's submitted. So that's something you might want to consider in your own workflows, how you might want to follow up with your counterparts or your mentees and mentors, as well as your other campus stakeholders. Okay, so that's the mentor side, the participant side. And I'm going to go into the partner dashboard. So this hopefully looks familiar to many of you if you've been working with us. This is your partner dashboard homepage. So when you first log in, this is what you should see. To go and view your flags, your individual flags, and the details that mentors have submitted, you click the flags tool or the flags category in the left side toolbar. And here you have all of the different statuses that I was mentioning in the participant view. All incoming flags that are new will automatically be placed in the pending tab. So I do want to just back up. So there's two places that flags come in. One via email, and that's for the main program administrator, typically the person that is most day-to-day in the program, most often the person that is meeting with us, the mentor collective representatives, weekly or biweekly or monthly. But you can also add additional staff members or campus stakeholders to those emails. So if you wanted to include a graduate assistant who's supporting with flag management, or a campus leader who wants to be more involved in the workflows of those escalated concerns, they can also be added to those emails. But another option, or in addition to that, we can add folks to your partner dashboard so they can just log in and have access to these flags. So that's something for you to discuss with your partner success manager to see what makes the most sense for your campus, for your strategies, for your workflows. But there's a couple of different options there. So we're just talking about the dashboard. Here's where all the new flags come in. You see a nice snapshot here. Who is the mentorship pair that we're talking about? And then you can click this detail section for all of the information that the mentor has submitted. So this is where we can see the topics, the comments, and then this is where you and your team will be able to update any progress that's made on that flag. So depending on the size and the scope of the folks that are in this dashboard and working on your flow, you can add notes, you can take turns who's responsible for which week, or whatever that looks like. But I want to really highlight this notes section for you and your team. Again, the mentors won't see this. Nobody else will see this except for the folks that are tracking all of your flag flow, if that makes sense. So if you want to send this flag to the financial concerns office, so this flag is about a student who's having some immediate financial concerns. So you want to, you reached out to the financial aid office and career services, and you will have them reach out to the student with resources. I would encourage you to date this and label it with your initials, so whoever is going in can know exactly where that flag stands. And then you can mark it as resolved because you know you handled it and you sent it to the appropriate office. You can save that. That will update on the mentor side as well as in your own categories. So you can toggle between what's actionable, what's more of an FYI, and what's been completely resolved. Lots of different categories here, but I will pause. Any immediate questions, anything that you'd like to look at in more depth together while we're in the demo? No? Okay, great. Well, this is a very high-level overview, and I know we went quickly, but I will hand it over to my colleague Shannon to talk about how we can align this to your student success strategy and maybe give you some prompts to think about to go back to your partner success manager and look at how you can really enhance that workflow.